Hey everyone, welcome to today's lesson over decision trees. So, decision trees, they're amazing. They're the building blocks of random forest, and I know everyone wants to get in a random forest, but to do that you need to understand a decision tree first. So your objectives for this lesson: by the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify the parts of a decision tree. So the root nodes, the branches, and the leaf nodes. You're going to be able to predict the value of a new data point using a decision tree. You're going to be able to build a classifier, or a decision tree classifier in Python, and then predict the value of a point using that classifier in Python as well. So let's get started. Well, what's the purpose of a decision tree? Well, just like any classification system we have, right? Whether it's linear regression, it's just meant to look at data and make a prediction. So make a label prediction, right? Is 0 or 1, just everything that you've seen in linear regression. We're trying to do the same thing, but we're using a different method. So to use decision trees, we need to know the parts. So we have the root nodes, we have branches, we have leaf nodes. And the root node is just a column in your data set. And so you look at your column, and then it branches off into its leaves, and then those will branch off into new leaves, and so forth and so on. It's much easier to understand it, and we're gonna when you build it. So we're gonna build one down below, so it'll make more sense as we see it getting built. So let's look at some data. When I order Uber Eats, so this is some Uber Eats data for you. So notice in the Get Uber Eats column, we have some no's and yeses. And I took some data down on days that I ordered Uber Eats. So I looked at the outlook, right? What did it look like outside? Was it sunny, overcast, or raining? So those are the three things I tracked. What was my mood? Was I lazy or was I not lazy that day? And was I on a date? Did my girlfriend come over? She comes over. We're homebodies. We like to watch movies. We like to play board games, paint, do different things that involve us not going out places. And what that means is we usually order Uber Eats. So I tracked this data, and just a quick overview of the data. There are 9 yeses and 5 no's up here, which is a lot of Uber Eats. I need to probably not do that so much. So what will I do on day 15? Well, day 15, it's raining, I feel lazy, and I'm not on a date. So based on this, what am I going to do? Well, it's probably hard to tell, right? How do we guess? Well, it's difficult to guess. We can't just look at the data and make a guess that easily, especially when we're talking about real data with thousands and thousands of rows, with maybe hundreds of columns, right? That's not that easy. So the first thing we need to do is understand the factors that determine when I order Uber Eats. And to do that, we're going to divide and conquer. So we're going to divide our data into subsets. That's the first step. From there, we're going to look at the subsets. If it's a pure subset, we stop. If it's not a pure subset, we repeat. And then we're going to see which subset the new data is classified into. So we're going to essentially just get a lot of pure subsets and then see where day 15 falls. So let's divide the subsets using the outlook column. So we're going to divide everything using this first column, the outlook: sunny, overcast, and rain. So when I do that, so we get our root node, right, is outlook, and it branches off into 3 leaf nodes: sunny, overcast, and rain. And let's look at overcast first. Notice it's a pure subset. Overcast, it was overcast on day 3, 7, 12, and 13. And I had Uber Eats on all those days. So we're done here. It's pure. Everything's a yes. We're good. But if you look at sunny, which was day 1, 2, 8, 9, and 11, notice there are no's and there are yeses. So that's impure. Similarly for rain, day 4, 5, 6, 10, and 14, there are yeses and then there are no's. So that is also impure. So the next step is to divide these impure subsets, right? We're going to look at sunny, we're going to look at rain, and we're going to divide them into more subsets. So we're going to branch those off into some more leaf nodes. And for sunny, we're going to use mood. And for the rain, we're going to use on date. Okay, and when I do that, so when I look at my mood under sunny, well, if I was lazy, that's pure now, right? If it was sunny and I was lazy, I never got Uber Eats. If it was sunny and I wasn't lazy, I always got Uber Eats. So we have pure subsets. Now let's look at rain. So remember rain, we split on date. So if it was raining and I was on a date, I got Uber Eats. But if it was raining and I wasn't on a date, I didn't get Uber Eats. And now we have 5 pure subsets, which is what we want, right? We want pure subsets. So when we look at day 15, we know exactly where it's going to go. That gives us high confidence, which we'll talk about later. So day 15, well, you got a little sneak peek, but it's going to be a no, but let's see why. So the outlook is rain. So we go to rain. So we start with our root node, branch off into the leaf node rain, and then the next question we ask is, was I on a date? I was not on a date. So the answer is no, I will not be getting Uber Eats. What about day 16? So look at day 16. Okay, it's sunny, I'm not lazy, and I'm not on a date. Will I be getting Uber Eats? So let's look up here. It's sunny and I'm not lazy. Think about your answer. Maybe write it down. Write down a Y or an N. Think of yes or no, whatever you think. It's sunny and I wasn't lazy. And yes, I will order Uber Eats. That is the answer for day 16. So, moving on. Well, that's great. This is all good, but at some point we got to learn how to code this stuff, right? So what does this look like in Python? How does it look? What does it look like to make a decision tree in Python? So we're going to use some libraries. We're going to use pandas and NumPy, as always. And then we're going to import from sklearn.tree, import decision tree classifier. And I will type this with you, so I'm not just jumping ahead. Import pandas as PD, import NumPy as NP from sklearn.tree, import decision tree classifier. Cool. Now I have my data here. Data equals pd.readcsv, data.csv, and then I just put my index column today. And then I'm going to look at data.head. Now, if you look, all the words have been replaced with numbers. So I made a little chart here. Sunny is 1. So if you look under Outlook and you see a 1, that's sunny. If you see a 2, that's overcast. And rain is 3. Mood, lazy is 1 and not lazy is 0. So lazy is 1 and not lazy is 0. And then yeses and nos are 1s and 0s. So yes is a 1 and no is 0 for on date and get Uber Eats. Okay. And then I have my new data point, day 15, right? Remember on day 15, it was raining, I was feeling lazy, and I was not on a date. So raining was 3, not lazy was 0, not on a date was 0. So it should be 3, 1, 0, right? Yes, mood was lazy. So it was raining, I was lazy, and not on a date. So raining, lazy, not on a date. There's my day 15. And now I'm going to just make my labels. So my Y values is data.pop get Uber Eats, right? We can print that. Boom, just like that. And then my X values are everything else. So here are my X values, right? We have the outlook column, the mood column, and the on date column. Now we're going to build a decision tree classifier. So the first thing you type is CLF equals decision tree classifier. And we're just going to use it straight out of the box. We're not going to talk about the parameters just yet. Then we're going to fit it to my X data with my labels. And that was quick. It's only 14 points. And then we're going to predict day 15. And when we print it, notice we get a no, right? So that's good. That's exactly what we should have gotten. We should definitely get a no. That's what we got up here. If we scroll up, no. Day 15, I did not get Uber Eats. But let's look at day 16 again. Well, day 16, it was sunny, I was not lazy, and I was not on a date. So if we scroll down to day 16, it was sunny, which is 1. I was not lazy, which is 0, and I was not on a date, which is 0. So we do that. And when we predict, I did get Uber Eats, and that's exactly what I had up here, is that I ordered Uber Eats. So that's it for decision trees. That's a very brief general overview. The next step is we're going to talk about what determines how I pick these columns, right? How do I know to use Outlook? Then how do I know to use the mood, and or if I was on a date or not? And so we're going to talk about entropy, information gain, and what that has to do with picking columns. But that's it for the lesson, and thank you.